what can I do today to really improve my outcomes for tomorrow? Make that list, which is what I did over the weekend. So I've got a list of probably about 15 things that I'm going to be really hard focused on in the next 3 months. And I'm not going to work on them all at one time because that's not practical. Pick the top 2, even one. Just work on one skill that you want to improve today and make sure you go at it 110%. That's the best piece of advice I can give you. If you want to turn your business around, just focus on one small area. To give you an example, if you currently, the KPIs that we work on, key performance indicators, number of presentations to listings secured, number of listings secured to number sold. So what's your conversion rate? How many of the listings that you've picked up today are you going to sell in the next? So if your success rate is 50% of everything you list, you're going to sell. What happens if you move that up to 60%? What happens if you then look at turning that stock over rather than 60 days, turning it over in 45 days? I can tell you, just those 2 little indicators, you can double your income in the next 12 months just by doing those 2 things.
And I forget what we were talking about exactly, but once a week we go over all of our TBDs or leads that are pre-approved or actively searching, and we go over that with our lender, which is extremely helpful because they're a big part of our sales process. And we look at why haven't we closed these deals out? And about 60% of the list is unrealistic expectations. So it's like people will want a house in Gresham for under 150,000, or they'll want to be in Lake Oswego for under 400. Basically, it's what everybody wants. So of course there's going to be an online lead for that because everybody wants it because it doesn't exist. It's like I would really love to win the lottery. If I could go to a website and they would give me the winning lottery numbers, I'd do it right now. But
so it's like everybody that walks onto a car lot and says, I want to buy a brand new car, but I don't want many payments over $200 a month.
Yeah, you can't get a Mercedes for $200 a month.
Yes.
Unless it's a
What?
really
I'm shocked. I'm so disappointed.
Something I say in the book is like every lead is an internet lead. Even Sally that's going to recommend you to Judy, like she's going to pull up your Facebook before she reaches out, or she's going to at least go to your website once. And the question becomes, do people that look at you online get more or less confident in your abilities? And unfortunately for a lot of real estate agents, I'll tell them, go to your website, spend 5 minutes there, go to your Facebook page, spend 5 minutes there, and then ask yourself if you would hire yourself. And if the answer to that is no, you shouldn't be able to sleep tonight. It should bother you that much. Like, you want a lawn sign on every street so somebody might drive by it. Like, the streets are on the web now. People are driving by it, and they're driving by a piss poor foot forward versus kind of putting your best foot forward. There's no digital trench. How can I hire you as soon as you get on the phone with me if I can't learn about your expertise, your testimonials, your past solds, your reviews, your knowledge of the area, what the lady on Zillow said, and all the you have to really stack the deck, I think, where when they reach through and they do make contact, they better be sold.
What makes a great team, best structure and pitfalls to avoid, etc. So just real quick, I don't want to get too far down the rabbit hole on this because I want to answer some other questions and talk about the Chris Smith interview, but just in general, like Greg, what would you recommend? Like, what's the first baby steps into even starting a team for someone like that that's coming as a solo agent?
We need to identify and figure out what kind of team structure do you want? Do you want to have you with a bunch of assistants and maybe showing agents that all these showing agents do is they're door monkeys, basically. You pay them a certain fee and they go open the doors, then they come back to you, your assistants write the contracts, you negotiate the contracts. There's a guy in Southern California that I walk in, he's in his $3,000 suit. He's on his knees in his office, probably 15 to 20 contracts around him. The desk is there, but it just is covered in contracts. His office doesn't have any ceiling, so he's yelling at his other 4 assistants to get him things about the different contracts. So you can, that guy's like slow down, like vacation mode is most people's like 100% go time mode. It's crazy. So you can have that kind of a structure, or you can come on and you can have segregated buyer's agents and seller's agents, which I truly am not a fan of, because if I'm a buyer's agent on someone's team and then grandma calls for them to list their house and I tell them they can't do it, well, how fast do you think they're going to leave? Whoop, there it goes. Yep, the door just closed. They just left. So you can do that. There's different models for different marketplaces. I would truly just look at what you're really, really good at and then focus in on that. I am not good at managing people at all. I mean, if you're not going to do what you're supposed to do, I can't help you. You're already a lost disaster. See, Eileen, I didn't even cuss on that one. I just got back half of my own.
Crush anybody's dream, but let's be real. And the truth is, are you willing to do the work associated with that? So that's the key component. Anybody can sell 200, 300 homes a year. Anyone can do it. It's no doubt. If I can do it, you can do it, because I wasn't that smart. The truth is that anybody can do it, but are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to put in the work? Are you willing to put in the time? So it's really got to start with, what time restrictions do you have? Like, I know a great gal named Amanda Todd. I don't know if you guys know her. I did a fantastic podcast with her. She is a single mom with 3 kids. And she said, I had some real clear drop dead boundaries, meaning that she had to be off of work every day at 3 o'clock to pick up her kids. That's the great thing about this business. You can do that, right? So what do you want your life to look like first? Then build your business around your life.
Yeah, Marguerite, you're the first person besides me that I've ever heard say that. That's exactly how I describe it to the people that I work with.
Yes.
I'm so insulted.
Besides Matt.
Let's say 50 to 80 to 90% of those other people are uncomfortable. They were like you, oh my God, what am I doing here? Who are these people? I don't know what to talk to them. If you will do, this is the Susan Rowan magic trick, the mingling trick. I want everyone to reverse their thinking. Instead of thinking, what can I do to make myself comfortable? Oh my God, like I said, I put on more makeup, I sprayed my hair. I want you to think about this. What can I do to make every one of those people comfortable with me? When you change that thought, you become less self-conscious. You make someone comfortable. They reach out to you because you've been so nice to relieve them of anonymity. And the next thing you know, you're in a conversation.
We work with Viral specifically, and I've worked with them before, even when I was in real estate, on the campaigns and the introduction that they've come in for our clients and built entire for sale by owner, expired, and video campaigns and all things that go along with those safe searches, because a lot of agents don't want to go through and do all of that work with it. So it automates even the video follow-up piece when leads are coming in from different places. Really? But that plays into, it's because you have a lead that comes in from, say, Zillow, which everything drops in from one place, and all of a sudden the video goes out, and then an email goes out, and then there's a task to call, and then 4 days later your next video goes out. And so you build kind of these video follow-up sequences, which have a lot higher click-through rates and engagement if they see it's a 30-second video than obviously reading a 2-page text email. But that's a whole different side on the automation piece.
Yeah, that's for anybody that's not familiar, with the way Viral works, that would be considered like an extra strategy. It's not part of the core marketing plan, but once you get in, and if you're actually following through and you're consistent with the normal stuff, there is an incredible amount of stuff that can drop on you, and do one extra thing every month, and those kind of automated campaigns are one of them. That's one of the highest value things.
And it wasn't enough because I didn't have enough. It just wasn't enough because of the way the structure is there was a lot of everything coming back to me doing it, myself being the one who has to implement all the systems, and I needed to find something that would be kind of a self-feeding, a reward for hard work, if you will. Not that the first approach was not hard work, but my production numbers went down drastically. And then as soon as I started implementing this system, immediately overnight my production numbers went right back up, and now they're exceeding any goals that I had. I mean, Hank and I sit back every month, we're just kind of rubbing our heads going, this is working.